about 2 years ago, there's another channel, YouTube channel by the name, I think it's PawPaw, is the guy's name.
Doing It Cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, Doing It Cheap. Yeah, Doing It Cheap, and his name's PawPaw. And this wasn't exactly the product that he mentioned, but it was something, I forgot what the product was that he mentioned. But somebody else in the comments was like, oh, well, that goes by another generic name called Purple Power. And I could have spent $15 or so to get like a gallon of the stuff that PawPaw used on his vehicle, or just down the road there was a Dollar General, and this was like $3. And I thought, well, you know, be a lot easier just to go ahead and get this and try it. Whenever we got this tractor, it had been sitting out for a long time and really neglected. It's got, you may want to show some of the top here. Actually, I started using this, and I was amazed by how well it had done. But as you can see on the other side, there's sap, there's black stuff. It's just horrible. And it looks like people had tried to take in stuff and try to clean this off, but it wouldn't come off. All it did, in the best case scenario, was smear it. And I thought, well, I'm going to give this a try and see what it does. So if it does this for this tractor that's just been sitting out and neglected, and nobody using it, and just probably sitting under a tree, you know, more than likely this stuff's going to use for whatever you have, whatever vehicle you may have. So as you can see here, I've done a little bit of the hood here, and it seems to do pretty well. And so over time, I may not finish it all today, but I'll do a little bit more of it, and we can show what it does. Like here, I've done a little bit here, and then I thought, well, why don't I switch to the hood, and I can do that because you've got a good comparison, this side versus that side. And you know, you can tell a world of difference.
Yeah, so do a little bit more.
And so really what you're supposed to do is spray it on there and then leave it on there a little bit, but it seems to run off. So maybe you get a wet rag of it. I don't know. But you just put it on there, and if you let it sit for a little while, it just starts bringing the stuff off. This black stuff, it caked in here really bad. It was worse. It looked worse here than anywhere else. And so I'm going to spray a little bit there. I sprayed a little bit, let it sit. It couldn't have been more than 30 seconds, and it just started coming right off without any real wiping or anything. So that's whenever I was like, whoa, this stuff really works. So I'll probably end up doing that to this, and then also doing it here. And what gets me is I want, after we get this done, I'd like for Tommy to come up and just goes, man, that, you know, just see what he says. Oh, I got it painted, and see what he says.
He'll get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
He'll be like, hey, Tommy, look at my new tractor.
Yeah, and then I should tell them about this stuff, which for their farm equipment, which it says here, auto, home, and industry, farm, and marine. And so it's made for that kind of stuff. And so a lot of the farm equipment, you know, sits out, or even if you've got it under some covered thing, you know, it's getting out, and usually it's got, you know, some wear on it, and you know, it's you know, needs to be cleaned. And so if somebody needs to clean something, this is some decent stuff to get. And you can just get it at the General Dollar. No need to order it through Walmart.com or some other place. Then maybe you have to pay shipping or have to go pick it up. Just next time you're at the Dollar General, go in and you'll find it. It's Purple Power.
Is it in the section with the cleaning supplies or automotive, or where was it?
It was more in the cleaning supplies.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far. And I'll clean the rest of it, and we'll see what else happens. But there was a couple places on here that looks like it's a little bit red, so I don't know if that's the paint or if it's something else underneath there. You know, like it could have been cherry, or, you know, something else that was on
the towel, on the rag.
Yeah, that's on the towel. It could have been on the hood.
Yeah.
So it may not necessarily be paint. It could be something else. It's just roughly the same color. But yeah, this is the bright color that it's supposed to be. And so it's a world of difference.
So you may not need to paint it if you can get this cleaned up and it looks all right.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually you might want to paint it.
Yeah. Really, you should let it sit there for a little bit, but since it kind of runs off so quickly. So some of it's kind of hard, but it's still a million times better than what it was.
So this tractor is 60. How old is it?
62, I think, this year.
62 years old.
Still not as old as Fred.
Fred's older than the tractor.
No, but this one's pretty much a senior citizen. If it was born, you know, if this was a human born around 55 or 56, it could start collecting Social Security, and it's still going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to watch me do more?
Yeah, I watch you do more work. I like watching you do work. I'm good at
You
that.
want me to get some of that right there where
Yeah.
it's really black? See if that'll come off. Look at that. I'm not really scrubbing that hard.
Yeah.
Some of that could be fuel stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, people fill up the gas tank because it's right inside here. Some of it could be that too. Some of the really hard things you may have to put on there and soak it a little bit more. Maybe the way to do that is soak a rag and then stick it on there. 'Cause a lot of it's drying so quick. With the wind blowing today, it's drying really, really quick. Here, I'll get some of that too. Look at that. You can see those streaks there, how it's causing it.
Yeah.
Now, that alone is enough to, without even scrubbing, it's taking a lot of it off. Look at that. Isn't that something?